Hey guys, Scare9 here, and welcome back to my channel today. In this video, we're going to be talking about a theory that I have regarding the location of the raid in Destiny 2. So on screen, I'm going to be showing a series of screenshots I took during the gameplay trailers of Destiny 2. All of these depict 6 Guardians in a fire team and thus lead me to believe they are of the raid. Just initially from these, you can see that the raid likely takes place in a very dark kind of forest environment, and that will come into play later. However, I do want to talk about something else before we jump back to that. So the next part of the theory that is very important is that Mark Noseworthy and 2's have both been recorded saying that the giant structure that we can see in the middle of the European Dead Zone is in fact a shard of the Traveler that was discarded during the collapse of the Golden Age. My guess is this is the result of the damage done to the Traveler by Rasputin in an attempt to stop him from leaving Earth. But that is not what is important to this theory. What is important is that Mark Noseworthy specifically says, quote, "That's a shard of the Traveler and it is corrupting the forest around it. That is why it's referred to as the European Dead Zone." So this piece of the Traveler is very obviously having an extremely negative impact on the surrounding environment. And this is where the screenshots come back into play in the theory. If you take a look at the environment of these screenshots, you can see that the environment is a dark and dying forest, something that may or may not be described as corrupted. In addition, I took another screenshot of an environment that seems to be very similar. However, in this one, in the top right hand corner of the screen, you can see a structure, which is what I believe to be the Shard of the Traveler. This kind of supports the theory that these 6 Guardians in the fire team are in fact in the European Dead Zone, just in that corrupted area around the Shard of the Traveler. Now we also get a couple more screenshots that we can look at with 6 Guardians, however they are not outside, so it's kind of hard to judge where they are taking place. For instance, in this screenshot we can see that the Guardians are entering some type of building, however you're not really able to get a look at the outside environment. You can tell that there is some type of structure behind them, but further than that you can't really tell where they are. So maybe this is something like an abandoned building in the immediate vicinity of the corrupted shard, or something to that extent. However, further than that, we don't really get any more information from the screenshot. Finally, in this shot, you can see that the Guardians find themselves in some type of corridor. To me, this looks very much like Cabal architecture. It's got the very sleek metallic design, as well as it is a lot larger than something humans would build. Now, Cabal biology is a lot larger than human biology, so things that they build will naturally be a lot bigger. We see a lot of precedents for this in Destiny 1 in the size of their ships and hallways and things like that, and that seems like it is continuing over to Destiny 2 as well. So based on all of these screenshots, as well as the information I provided, I'm concluding that the raid will take place near the Shard of the Traveler in the European Dead Zone, and will feature the Cabal as the main antagonists of the raid. But why would they be there? So I have no evidence for this next part of the theory other than the assumption that this is in fact a Cabal construct and that they are the main enemies of the raid. Another assumption I am making is that we do manage to stop Gaul from taking the light from the Traveler and that he does not gain any powers. That's how video game story arcs tend to go, and it just makes sense that Destiny 2 would end on that note. But we know that the Cabal don't handle defeat very well. In fact, Gaul would likely not even be allowed to return home if he did fail. So what if whenever we beat the Cabal as a last-ditch effort, they go to the Shard of the Traveler? It's likely that they would look around Earth and see that there's just this gigantic structure, and eventually they might realize that this used to be part of the thing that they are trying to control, and thus they might believe that it has the power that they are looking for. So from here, there are 2 possibilities. So the first is that they get to this shard and they find what they are looking for. They become even more powerful and re-emerge as a threat to humanity. The second possibility is that whenever they get there, they actually get corrupted by the Shard of the Traveler themselves. Sort of how we were speculating that we might be getting subclasses made of darkness. That's sort of what I'm thinking of. Maybe they get some type of powers that are fueled by the darkness. But either way, the Cabal re-emerge as a threat and we decide that we need to go kill all of them to stop them from killing everything else. Thus, the raid is born in the European Dead Zone featuring the Cabal as the main antagonists. But yeah, that is my theory, that the raid will take place near the Shard of the Traveler and will feature the Cabal. Let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section below. I hope you guys did enjoy this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like rating and to share this video with your friends. If you are interested in seeing that video on screen, you can click the annotation to be taken to it. Finally, subscribe for more awesome Destiny content, and I'll see you guys in my next video.